guests. So happy to see you. I am JamesDeab Waryk, and I am the treasurer of this club. Today I get to evaluate all the wonderful table topic speakers we had, and they were fantastic. I was so happy, I was so delighted. This is a pleasure for me. We're going to start with Amin with the greetings. He is the #1 real estate agent in British Columbia, ladies and gentlemen. You might not have known that, but he wants to be a dog. Or is it a giraffe? He did a lot of things really good. He had good eyes. You noticed that he looked around the room, made sure everybody was engaged. He had good body movement. It's because he's a professional speaker. He's a salesperson. He makes thousands and thousands of dollars per hour selling houses, so he's got to be good. He gave us smiles and humor. I love that. People love that too. And then he had several good things that he did to help embellish his speech. First, he pretended he was a dog. So try that. Try to pretend to be an animal when you speak. That's wonderful. And he said some great words. I love them. Anytime you use the word like or love, it's powerful. It reaches out to the audience because we all like and love. And he gave us rhetorical questions back to the audience. He gave us some comparisons. Nice and nasty, and calm and gentle. The human brain loves these kind of comparisons. We delight in it. My suggestion for Amin is keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job. Gibson. First time I've met you. Is this the first time you've done a table topic?
Yeah.
Well, you are a natural speaker. Congratulations. And my cousin loves Bruce Lee. He's also into martial arts. And of course, we wanted to be animation, so you animated the moves, and that's great. That's a high-level skill in Toastmasters, is to make sure that your body movements are in total harmony with your message. That reinforces your message. You talked about something you really know about. That's an easy subject to talk about, yourself or something you really know about. It's easy, isn't it? And he gave us a history, and he moved us through history, right? Moved us through time, which is wonderful. Gave us a direct comparison, and not only that, he even threw more into that. He gave us a second comparison, a second celebrity. He wanted to be up here for 10 minutes and expunge what was in him. You'll have many chances to do that in the future.
I'll go for third, actually.
Okay. And also he talked about something that happened here in Vancouver. So I don't know how many people here are into martial arts. Perhaps Pavel is into martial arts. But he brought it back to the audience because we all live and work in Vancouver. That was pretty intelligent. What I'd like to hear from you as a growth point, Gibson, is to talk to the audience about what it really means to you. You gave us information, you gave us body movement, but we also need to feel something. So that's the key component in every message, is the feeling. So think about how it really means to you to be a martial artist expert, or how that Bruce Lee actually changed your life. And then we have the head and the heart at the same time. Kreisel, he gave us some greetings. Greetings are good. You engage the audience and starts your speech. He talked about a role in a war, and somehow he took that super serious message and made it fun. Amazing. He also used the stage map, ladies and gentlemen. You notice that he used the entire stage. He went all the way from one end to the other. He was thinking about his position in time and space. And that's a higher level skill that we learn here in Toastmasters, how to set a stage map so that you use the full advantage of the stage to your advantage to get your message across. Again, being a sniper, how do you make fun of being a sniper? They're the worst things in the world. He talked about something he knew, and then he gave us a very good words to take with us, memes. Waging peace instead of war. Waging peace instead of war. Contrast, but a memorable point. And we needed a point at the end. What was the point of his speech for us to take away? Right? Dan, are you a professional speaker? No, because you're a businessman, right? And you speak in front of customers all the time. And people buy things off you, right? That makes you a professional speaker. And it shows in you because you know your subject material, you know what you want to talk about, you're passionate about it, you live it, you are it. And right away that gives credibility to this person. He's an expert. Pay attention. He knows what he's talking about. And he's passionate about it. Wellness and health, it affects all of us. It's a universal subject. And he talked about getting up 5 o'clock in the morning. How many people here get up every day at 5 o'clock in the morning? What? Are you out of your mind? And he's on a mission. So missions are good because you make bold statements and then you tell the audience what your mission is and you ask the audience to join you on your mission. It's something that you want the audience to do, whether they do or not. It still means that you're out there asking them to do something. You justified the question that you were asked. Great smile, happy person, and of course he ended it the way he started it. I want to live forever. Whoa! The ghost. You know there's a ghost in this place? The man has a ghost. Did you know that, ladies and gentlemen?
He is living forever.
Perfect timing. Absolute perfect timing, Dan. The ghost loves it because the ghost lives forever. Colien, okay, there's 1,000 good things I want to talk about Colien, so I have to hack off most of them because I don't have time. It would take me half an hour to explain all the wonderful things that Colien does as a speaker. She's a great speaker. Of course, one of the things I want to emphasize again, because I spoke about it before, is the stage map. She knows where she wants to be at every moment in her speech. And she does that. And when you have that kind of professional level of speaking, knowing your stage map, knowing your words, knowing how to reach out to the audience, it all blends together and it's a higher level of presentation. And go, hey, this lady's an expert. I better pay attention to her. She's a credible person. She gave us the opening and setup. She was going to tell us what she told us, and she told us. She kept asking the audience questions or rhetorical questions. She vocal variety, which is, I'm going to now talk about another thing, pacing, brought it back to the audience, and she used powerful words like, I like, I love. When you use those powerful words, you engage the audience because we all like and we all love. These are powerful feelings and emotions, and all of a sudden you've got us by the heart here. Now, I want to concentrate on what she does really, really well, and I want all of you to think about using these kinds of techniques when you deliver your important message or your speech. And that is contrast. She's very good at contrast. Sometimes she whispers, sometimes she's really loud, sometimes she doesn't move at all, sometimes she's very animated. And the reason contrast is so good in speeches and in messages is because it keeps our minds engaged, keeps our eyes and ears engaged. Because what happens every 15 seconds, ladies and gentlemen? What happens? It's happening right now.
People
Loss of concentration.
Our minds wander. We can only focus on something for 15 seconds and then our minds wander to something else, a fantasy. 98% of our thoughts are fantasy, not reality, what's happening in front of us. To keep people engaged, to keep people looking at you and listening to you, every 15 seconds you've got to do something in your speech or message to change. And then all of a sudden people go, there's been a change. I better pay attention. And that change can be a silence, a pause. It could be a whisper or vocal variety. It could be a grand gesture. Something has to happen every 15 seconds in your speech. It could be a word. It could be a question to re-engage the audience every 15 seconds. And then they pay their entire 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 hours paying attention to you because of this hidden technique. That's just the way the human brain works. And she demonstrated that tonight in her table topic. Pavel repeated the question. Questions are good. 15-year-old self, knowledge comes from experience. So what he did is a standard classic speech, which is to make a bold statement, a thesis, and defend your thesis. Make a statement, defend your thesis. This is a very standard speech. It's a powerful speech. And the objective of a speech, particularly like that, is to change people. There's people before Pavel, and then there's people after Pavel. Okay? In the middle is change. And if you don't change a person, they don't remember you. They don't talk about you. Right? You're unremarkable, you're unmemorable. You want to be opposite. You want to be remarkable and memorable. So you have to build into your speech something that changes their life forever. Even if it's a tiny little thing. Like today, I'm a dog. Okay? Then at the end, he repeated the question again. So that's bookmarks, ladies and gentlemen. You start with a standard statement or thesis, a title, and you end with it so that people know when you start and they know the end and you remember it, and you're memorable and you're remarkable and you're immortal and you live forever. Jess, greetings are good. Hers is about holidays. Talks about something familiar, Christmas. And it's easy to talk about the past, isn't it? Because it's there. You just gotta go into your head and pull it out, and there it is. Simple and easy, a great way to talk about a message, and it's a warm memory. It's a warm feeling. We may not be all religious here, but some of us like Christmas. Some of us like holidays. We really get into it. It's one of the greatest pleasures in life, and to reach out and touch people during these special moments and ceremonies is a great way to say, hi, I like you, welcome to my family, you're included. People go, thank you for that warm feeling. I'm just going to talk about a growth point, and then I'm going to get into what's really juicy. Okay? Now, when you get up here, she's a new speaker. And when you get up here, and you've been up here a long time, and you know what to do, and you can understand what's happening with your body and stuff like that, take 3 seconds and think about what you're going to do with your body during your speech. Are you going to stand still, or are you going to move? Are you going to use a lot of gestures, or are you going to be the professor? All of these are valid, but try and spend 3 seconds thinking about your body before you start thinking about what you're going to talk about, because your body has to support and be in harmony with your message. It's simple. Dan knows all about this, because he's all about health and his body. I noticed Jess stood offset. She stood on one side of the room. I didn't know if that was you wanted to be there, or you just happened to be there because of circumstance, right? So think about what you're going to do with your body for 3 seconds before you even start to talk, and then you can use that extra special message in your message, body language, your message, so that you can help the audience understand you. Now, she is a champion, this lady. Tears are good. Tears are really good. In fact, the more tears you have, crocodile tears, the better. Ladies and gentlemen, let them flow. Let them come out. Relive the entire experience as much as you can, so that we can experience that with you. We can share it with you. It is a gift you're giving us. You're giving us the gift of feeling. You're giving us the gift of family. You're giving us the gift of, to say, yes, we've been there, we've done that, and we're here for you. If you have to cry, cry as much as you can. Just let it flow. But 2 things rather than one. Don't let it go on too long. 20 seconds is the max. I know. Sometimes you can't turn off the waterworks, right? But we're up here to practice public speaking, not public crying. Okay? But the more tears, the better. At least, but 20 seconds, turn them off. And here's the second way. 20 seconds, crocodile tears. This wins contests, ladies and gentlemen, because you reach out and you squeeze people's hearts, and they like you, and they love you, and they want to be with you, and they want to support you, and they want to help you. They're with you. They're standing right beside you on stage. But after 20 seconds, it's like, oh, now it's beginning to hurt. Stop the hurt. Now you can stop the hurt two ways, and the way you win championships of public speaking is you turn the hurt into a joke or a laugh. So it's the roller coaster ride. You take people down and really down, like crocodile tears down. People are gasping, people are running out of the room, and then you bring them all the way back with something funny, and then people go, wow, that was the greatest contrast ever, and I'll never forget it, and you've changed my life, it's so wonderful. That's a skill that wins whole contests. For new speakers, all you need to do after that is just stand in silence. Don't apologize, don't do anything, don't look away from the audience. Just stand there in silence, yes, up to 20 seconds. Recompose yourself and continue your speech. So that was an excellent example of how to use that wonderful feeling and contrast that we want to get in all of our speeches. And I suggest you try telling that speech again. It's a wonderful speech, and people would like to hear it again, I'm sure. And I'm going to give you a moment of silence and say, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Back to Madam Chairperson.